Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is October 19th. It is Thursday, and the moon, as we sit here or stand here on the porch, is in Sag. I think Kitty wants to come out. Let me see if I can do this. Two things at once. Hi, Charlie. There he is. Yep. So my husband Michael has a problem. He's a lover of pumpkins, and I came out this morning. There were all these pumpkins around the yard, and I have to watch the finances when pumpkin season comes up. But he swears to me that they weren't too expensive. So the moon in Sag is a very philosophical moon, and I think we really do have to sort of come to terms with our beliefs, what we believe to be true. Does it still hold for us? Mercury, the planet of communication, in Libra, the sign of compromise. How we doing with that, guys? Compromise makes a conjunction to the South Node. Yesterday, the Sun made a conjunction to the South Node. So we're looking at our past relationships still. Only with Mercury, perhaps we'll talk about them instead of just see. The past does come up. Mercury, as the Sun, is still in the crosshairs of the Yod with Uranus and Neptune putting their pressure on. Of course, it puts the pressure on the South Node as well. And so to talk about that, I think what that might mean to me is how do we look at our relationships and what adjustments need to be made in order for them to be more humanitarian, perhaps, or I think in the case of countries, not necessarily in the case of you guys, but more aligned with a sense of perhaps fairness, raising all boats, all that stuff, all that evolutionary stuff. And there's a lot of pressure on that node still from Pluto. Pluto in Capricorn is the powers that be. It can also be the military-industrial complex. At the beginnings of the American experiment, it had more to do with slavery, and of course now with the United States having their Pluto return, those issues come up, reparations come up, all these issues about the past and the need to really look at the past in a way that looking at the whole past, not just the parts that where we look like heroes, right? The Sun and Mercury about to make a conjunction, still within that Yod. Yods have been big this year with Yods to Mercury, the Sun, Venus for quite a long time, in and out of her retrograde, reminding us that we're here with other people. It's not just about us. It's not just about us. Of course, Chiron is in Aries. The wounds of narcissism, the wounds around exceptionalism, thinking you're always right, thinking you're always on the side of right. We have to look in the mirror, right? That's what Libra's about. Libra is mirrors. And we need to look at ourselves honestly and proceed from there, I think. What else? The moon is in Sag all day, moves into Capricorn just before 10 p.m. here on the east coast of the U.S. So it's still more philosophical in nature. Things are still more planning and the like, the inspiration, as it were, then once the moon goes into Capricorn, we get a little bit more pragmatic and things happen. We're still here in the United States without a Speaker of the House. I guess Jim Jordan is going to go for round 3 today. There are two sayings about 3, right? 3 strikes, you're out, or 3's a charm. So we'll see if we get charming Jim Jordan or out at the plate. Will that stop him? Who the hell knows? But I guess things just have to get to the point where they're so bad that they can't be ignored. Unfortunately, a lot of times that's the case in these situations, but I guess we'll see what happens. Things in Israel are terrible. Things in Ukraine are terrible. It would just be so easy to love. I just don't understand it. Anyway, that's me. I know one thing. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me through all my diatribes. And yeah, the yard is changing. The leaves are changing. The seasons are changing. Have a wonderful day, guys. And for me and Charlie, what are you doing, Charlie? Licking the chair. You have water in the house, Charlie. Look at this cat. He's a nut. Namaste.